What's up, fella? What's up? What's up? Ah. Let's see. Excuse me, YouTube, I apologize. All right, here we go. What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Hey, you guys know, Junior Casher from Old Rocket Parts. Say what's up. Say yay. Thank God it's good. Yeah, you can't see what I got down here because you just can't see everything. But it's slow today. So we're going to mess around and we're going to see what we got. But I got an intake that's sewing, an air cleaner, some valve covers, a couple set of rockers. I'm going to kill a bunch of birds with one stone. I want to test fit some rockers that I got. I got some ideas. And some things I didn't realize that I was doing and didn't notice. So check this out. So when I first did this, I noticed that, so when I use an Edelbrock head, or not necessarily Edelbrock heads, but Edelbrock rocker studs, they're longer, and these ones are shorter. So the polylock, the Allen sets more deeper. So here's a good thing that's going to do. That's going to allow me to use a shorter polylock. And that'll allow me to run a shorter valve cover. So what happens is, on an Oldsmobile, the reason why you can't, so when you're running factory brackets, you got to use a short valve cover. And it's got to be shaped like the factory valve cover, like this. Because the valve covers, the way they're shaped, the actual bracket goes to the shape, like the AC compressor bracket goes to the shape of the valve cover. So if you try to change just the shape of the valve cover, it doesn't want to go right. Problem is when you try to run factory valve covers over roller rockers, hits the polylock. It doesn't necessarily hit the rocker, it hits the polylock. That's the problem. So I might have came up with an idea. So there was old ways around it where you run a roller tip rocker, which if you got a smaller cam, you can get away like under 550 lift, you can get away with a roller tip. So I got that today too. But if you want to run a full roller rocker, you basically got to go taller valve covers. I do sell a tall valve cover that clears rockers and that is taller than the factory valve cover. I should have got that so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. A lot of my customers don't understand that, and I try to explain that to them. And I freaking should have brought one in here. I can go get one, but it'll take me a minute. Yeah, I should have brought one and show you how they're shaped exactly the same, but mine they're a little bit taller. You know what? Give me a minute. I'll go get one. I'll see if I can grab one.
Someone's at your door.
Alright, fellas. Sorry about that. Thank you for waiting. So I want to show you something. So this is the valve cover I'm talking about. This is shaped just like a factory valve cover. Chrome, it's tall. By quick eye, you can't tell the difference. Quick eye. Same valve cover, alright? Just hold it all this way. Look, right there. Right there. But if you put them together, you can see it's taller. These are the only rock valve covers that I know that will work with the factory brackets with minor modifications. And they clear the rockers. Right there. See how that clears? Then you know you're good. You know it clears. Like that. Boom. Put them on, call it a day. But if you want to run the factory valve cover, it won't let you because it hits the polylock. So you can't do that. Same thing with the Mickey Thompson style valve covers. These are Mickey Thompson style valve covers. Mine say Holly. I have another set say Guardian Marine. Some say MT for Mickey Thompson. It's all the same company on the inside. Makes it. You put them on. Boom. Goes like that. All right. Hits the valve cover. But since I'm running a shorter rocker stud, I can technically cut down these polylocks and it might clear. I don't see why it wouldn't. On the Edelbrock, you can't. The Edelbrock stud is taller, so this set screw is all the way up to the top. It won't allow it. So technically, I can cut off, every single one's about the same. I can cut off about if you can't see where I'm at, but I can cut off probably about almost at least a quarter of an inch off of those polylocks. They make a short polylock, but I gotta see how much they are. I think can't make a short polylock. But if I remember right, they want like $1 million for them. Not $1 million. They want like $80 for a set of polylocks, which to me is kind of expensive. But I'm gonna see what my machine shop will cost to cut them. He owes me a favor. I welded some poles for him, and he was gonna modify my my motorcycle handlebars for me. But I don't think that. What am I doing? I'm selling my motorcycle. Why put that in there? So I don't need that favor anymore. He just wants to do that instead. Because I want them cut. If I can get them cut more, I want them cut more. But have an ace in the hole. Not an ace in the hole. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I went out to the lake and bought some parts off somebody. You see this? These are quart gaskets. But look how freaking fat they are. They're 3/8 thick. So this is what we did back in the day. When I first started, when I met Joe Mondello back in the day, we're doing parts. He had these valve cover gaskets. You can buy them. And this lifts up the valve cover just enough so you can clear the rockers and you can run whatever. You can run whatever you want to run. That's super cool. They don't make it anymore. I'm in the process right now trying to work out a deal to get these made again. But they want me to buy a certain quantity of them. But this will solve everybody's problem. People are making those billet spacers. Then you got to run a gasket, spacer, gasket, and I'm not a big fan of those. That makes the valve cover way too high. It makes it super high, and your brackets don't fit at all. For this, your bracket still fits. I have my heart set on these Mickey Thompson style valve covers, not because of Mickey Thompson. I can give rat's ass. I don't know about Mickey Thompson or that shit, because it says Holly on there. Remember, this is going into a 1964 Oldsmobile Jetstar 88. It's an older car. It's like an Impala. So I want that vintage look. So I'm gonna put this carburetor on there. It's a Holly carburetor, and I don't care Holly, Edelbrock, whatever theme I'm going for. I'll stick to that theme. I happen to have this shit in stock. I'll explain to you each story how I got these parts. These parts I got the same with this. They had them with this. Other thing I'm not a fan of Mickey Thompson, they have no baffle. So I have a grommet that turns into a baffle. So I might do that. They do have holes to screw like a baffle in there. I might fabricate a little baffle to put there to keep it from oil splashing up there, which I just noticed that right now. That they have that right there. Well, that might be on, but they're not threaded. I might have to thread the hole. I just noticed they have a little thread holes right there to hold a baffle. But I don't like to have baffle. These days now they have a grommet. You slide in there and the grommet slash baffle, and it works perfect. That's what I give you guys when you guys buy my Shoot Me aluminum ones. That's what I throw in there, that right there. So that's how I do that. I have to do some R&D right now, so I figure, hey, might as well make a video and show what I'm doing. I have another idea for the guys out there. So the other way around is you can pull the stud out and run and put a 3/8 stud in there, 7/6. So he's going ahead 7/16 to come out 7/16. But I do sell, goes in the head 7/16, comes out 3/8, and then you can run a roller tip rocker. But I got in stock, which is super cool, which they had a long time ago and they brought back, is a 7/16 roller tip rocker. And this is very cool. So I wanna make sure before I buy a bunch of them, I wanna make sure they fit. So you guys know, I check my parts. I check my parts. I make sure they fit. So let's take off 2 of these rockers. We're going to take off these 2 rockers right in the front, and we're going to check some rockers. You know, today I posted a post. It's been really slow. So I posted a post and I wanted to share with you guys. And one of the things I've been doing for years, I probably came out with the first one back in like 2010, maybe 2000. I think even less, even more earlier than that, and I came out with them. And so basically, I came out with this setup when they first came out with the air gap manifold. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret about the air gap manifold. So a lot of people don't know this, but the air gap manifold was first designed by Professional Products. They made the very first air gap Oldsmobile intake. That intake is made in China. We got together, Professional Products and Mondellos and China got together and they made that intake. That intake was made off the Edelbrock Performer platform. Basically got an Edelbrock Performer and they turned it into an air gap. That's how that manifold came about. I don't care what anybody says, that's how it came. The Edelbrock air gap manifold is a copy of the Chinese manifold. The Chinese version came out first. Professional Products, I'm not sure what happened to them, but then Speedmaster picked it up. Now Speedmaster makes it. But as far as machining them for fuel rails and fuel injection, I did that a long time ago, dude. A long time ago, I worked at Mondellos. Long time ago. Somebody asked me to send them a manifold to try. What did they say? They said, if you want to prove that you're not just a parts peddler, send us, and you want a biased opinion, send us the manifold so we can check it out. I'm not going to say this person's name on the thing, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but what would I send you? It's just an air gap manifold that has bungs in it for fuel injection, and I just finished the machine work and put rails on it and finished it, and which I've already installed on cars, and it worked just fine. So what technically would I send you to try out? And I don't need their opinion. You know what I mean? I don't need their opinion. And so I've been doing this for a long time, dude. And I don't mean to sound arrogant. I watch it. I follow this person. I watch what he does. I think he does some awesome stuff. I'm impressed by how he runs that CNC and all the improvements he's made on cylinder heads and all the work R&D he's done. I know how much work goes into that. I know how hard that is. That's something I cannot do. All the machine work you see on my products are all done by another machinist that I explain to him what I want done, and he makes it happen. A matter of fact, I want to say you used to be able to get the manifolds already machined from Professional Products back in the day, already machined. And then Speedmaster does it, and they're casted in there, but they don't machine them. So I got to machine them. I'll explain to you this manifold right here too. There's 2 manifolds that can do that for the big block. And I'll tell you the history on that manifold too. I need to find a wrench because I lost my wrench. And let me find my wrench. Oh, I want to show you guys something. I'll show you guys something. So I was at Harbor Freight the other day. So I told you guys you have to use Snap-on. So this is they were on sale for $30 a set. It's a 3/8. You see how they make this part right here? It's smaller. So I thought that, so you use like any other brand, it won't fit. Where I wasn't sure this was going to fit. Check it out. So they made it so it fits. So remember I told you when I was doing this thing in there? Look at it. I get in there. Pull all in there. I don't want to put this one too tight. I can keep tightening it. I don't want to go too tight. But to show you, you can get it in there with the 3/8 from Harbor Freight. I'm a big Harbor Freight fan, man. So you guys can talk crap about all you want, but I love Harbor Freight, dude. So that's why I brought this in. All right, so I'm going to loosen these 2 rockers right here. I need to find the stupid socket for this, which I don't know what I did with it. This one, and what else? Where's the socket right here? So I can turn the motor over. I got no spark plugs in the motor. That allows me to turn the motor over nice and easy. I don't really care about that. I'm taking them off, so matter of fact, I'm just gonna take one off. First thing we're doing first, we're gonna check a rocker because they sent me a rocker to try. They sent me 2 sets. One I can tell by eye is not right. I'm just looking at it. So I want to check it. I want to check it before I freaking... Alright, exactly what I thought. Alright, so we know that's wrong. Got it. I want to check it before. And Cindy's been telling me that these are not correct. Well, they're not correct for what we're doing. Alright, that's one way out of it. But these are correct. I checked them. I could see it there. I knew by eye that was wrong, but I had to check. I had to make sure. I just had to. Okay, remember YouTube, I can't see the comments, so if you guys are commenting, I apologize up front. So this is what's cool right here. So they also sent me a set of 7/16 roller tip rockers. Now these rockers are limited to the lift they can use. I don't like to run no more than 550 lift on these. But these allow you to run factory valve covers. They should. So if I take all these poly locks off, you can. I want to show you guys something. So these, so before you couldn't use these because of the stud being so long. You had to usually run like some washers to space it out. Yeah, those are hella right. Man, that's awesome right there. So let's see. And I'm missing the one I need. Well, this is going to let the rocker sit down lower. Because the thing sits more down in the pocket. So sometimes you got to run a washer in between the polylock and the. I'll show you why I say that. Sometimes you got to run a washer. Back all the way up first. Right there. Let me turn the motor over. There. All right. We're going to go one full turn. I'll put one turn load on it. There. So that drops it down. You guys can't see it, but it drops it down lower. Now check this out. There is a thing called a lock nut. So when you buy like the what's it called, the not the Pro Comp, the Comp Cam one, you don't get a poly lock. You get a lock nut. That lock nut will fit all the way in there. So now, so you guys know, I now have rockers. You can either run it, I'll sell them with the poly lock, and I'm gonna sell nuts separate. You now can run a roller tip rocker with stock valve covers on aluminum heads. Right there. And I bet you, this is about how much I want to cut off. I bet you I could run the Mickey Thompsons. If I combine these with the valve cover, I can still run. So if I cut this much off, right here, off the poly lock, when it lets me cut off, I can still run the rocker. So I'm gonna do that later on. I'm gonna modify some poly locks. But now I know that fits. I want to check. I wanted to mess with that. You know what I mean? I wanted to mess with that, see if that works. But yeah, man. Hey, I haven't seen 7/16 roller tip rockers for an Oldsmobile in a long time. So now we got them. I have them in stock. They're good. They're right on that valve. Perfect. Right there where I want it to be. On the money, dude. On the freaking money. Yeah, right there. On the money. Right there. Perfect. They nailed it. That's right. The other rocker's no good, not right. Hey, I'm happy about that. You have no idea. I solved a big problem. And I might have solved another problem so we can actually run valve covers. If I can get these valve cover gaskets made, we'll be golden right there. For the roller tip rockers, really, really good. Really, really, really freaking good. Yeah. Hey, I'm happy about that. You guys have no idea. I'm happy about that. I like it. I like it. I'm like really happy about that. So what I want to do is I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be slick. Right there. I'm a cheat. I need a longer freaking. That little handle's hard to turn the motor over. Yeah, but I'm happy about that, brothers. I'm real happy about that. Hey, brother, if you watch my video and you know what I'm talking about, the guy, I'm not saying his name. If he knows what I'm talking about, hey man, I'm not talking shit, man. I'm impressed by the work you do. I'm talking shit. I don't feel I have to answer to anybody. I don't feel I don't need anybody's approval. So I don't want, and I don't like people who get on the internet and they try to like talk crazy or badmouth people or things like that. You know what I mean? I don't do that shit. If I got something to say to someone, I'll say it to their face. You know, I'm not like that. I got no problem. I'm impressed by what you do, but I don't think I need to send anybody anything to do anything. And technically, at the end of the day, what am I going to send you? I'm gonna send you a manifold that's already designed that I machined to fit for the bung's already there. All I gotta do is finish the machine work, and I'll show you on this manifold right here on an open plate one. But I don't feel I need to show anybody anything. I don't think I need anybody's approval. Like when I go on those forums and people badmouth each other, if you notice, I don't talk crap back. I don't feel I need to. In real life, I am a bully in real life. I am a bully. If you get in my face and you talk crap, I probably won't let it go. I probably will do something. Oh, hey, I'm meetings. I'm working on that part. I'm working on that part about me. I'm not a person who sit back and argue over an internet. You know what I mean? I'm just not that person. You know what I mean? And so I'm not talking crap. I'm just saying that I don't feel I need to send. I don't think anybody's approval, and I don't need to send anybody anything. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for shit since I think I started working for Joe back in like 2004. When I started working for Joe. I've been in this game for a long time, brother. I've been doing this for a very long time. I don't feel I need to prove anything to anybody, and all my videos are live. I'm just going live with you guys. You know what I mean? I'm real about everything, and I don't mean to sound I know I come off arrogant. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I just don't go there. You know what I mean? All I'm putting on these loads, I do one turn preload. That's it. All right. I already set the rocker where I want it. I just got to preload it. Let me turn this down a little bit. You gotta go further down there. So one full turn load. Actually, I go like about a little past 3/4. About right there. Turn this so it stops on the lock. Tighten it in. That way I get a better bite on it. That way it ain't coming off. That's how I do it. One full turn past 0 lash. That's how I do it. Okay, we got that part done. Now let's have some fun. Let's mess around a little bit. So I bought some other parts off a dude one time, and I guess he bought some shit from Mondellos. And this is like 5 years ago, I think. And I've been sitting on it. I want to say this is either, I want to say it's like a 750 or an 850, but believe it or not, the 403 with the cam I put. What's up, Jim? With the cam I put, you can run up to an 850, 870. Also the ones I go to. Edelbrock, I use 850s. Usually when I use what's up, Craig? When I use Holly, if I go the Street Adventure series, I'll go like 670, 770, 870. I never use 670. It's way too small. I usually go 770 or Edelbrock 750, or I go 750 or 850 or an 870. For this cam, I put in there 496 520. I want to go more towards 750 800. I'm not sure what fucking it's a Holly carburetor, brand new. Maybe you guys can see it. I'm not sure what about this whole manifold off somebody. It's an old one. I'm gonna show you some of this manifold. I'm not sure what CFM this freaking thing is. If I know Lynn, and that's when I already left Mondellos, I know Lynn, I can tell by the way that the manifold's put together. He gave sold to the guy, or nothing's right. So, but he gave me his manifold and carburetor so cheap, I just jumped on it, and it's cool because I'm gonna use it for something. So that works out for me. Just read the freaking bucket. What the hell, Chuck? That's right. What the hell? That socket doesn't do anything. They come up with your finger. Man. Lynn was something else, brother. It's not even tight. What am I doing? Where's the thing? No lock wash, no nothing. What's up, Richard? What's up, brother? There we go. Now we get to work like a man. A man. I hate working harder than I'm supposed to. Those weren't even tight, dude. So it's a Holly carburetor. There's no number on it. Right there. I'm trying to figure out what CFM is. I want to show you something about a Mandelbrock 7111 intake. 7111 intake is set up a couple ways. It's a dual plane, but it's not a square bore. They make an adapter to make it a square bore on here, but technically, and they'll be shaped like this. It's just a thin piece of metal. So you put a gasket, that piece of metal, and another gasket. I'm gonna put it on like this for now. You can technically get away with this. You can do this. It'll work. But I'm going to order the plate. I'm the best around with you guys so you guys see what I'm doing. Yeah. This bolts with no lock washers. No lock washers, no nothing. These bolts are too short. See how short they are? Way too short. And that plate you can buy at Summit. That's what I'm talking about. When I get it, I'll go live and I'll fix it. I'm not gonna leave it like this. This is not right. I don't know washers, no nothing. I was messing around now, just tinkering. We're just playing right now. See how this hits right here? Back in the day, we used to, this might be an 850. This looks like the big one. This cover might be too big. Too big in CFM. Yeah, like that. So look at it. So I'm gonna teach you guys another trick. People with hood clearances. I seen some crazy shit. I seen people do some sorry, excuse my language. I seen people do some crazy things. So I'm gonna show you guys a little secret of all the different like you can mess around with. You buy individual. And this top right here may not be very cool or what it looks, but this is what saves your butt. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. When you got hood clearance, some people they put their motor in their car. And this goes for anything, and they can put it. They can close the hood with the carburetor down, but that's it. No air cleaner. I'm gonna show you guys a trick. Let me put it up so you can see it. This is called a reduced base. It doesn't matter if it's Chevy, Ford, Oldsmobile, don't matter. This part's the same. What it does is instead of being flush, like where you're going straight out. It drops down around the carburetor. Alright? So it makes it goes and comes down so you can't see the carburetor. Now check this out. Here's the trick. You can get one of these in 2 inches. Or you see this is a 3-inch, but you can get a 2-inch. What's up, Gabby? There's my baby right there. You can get a 2-inch one, alright? And here's the trick to it. When you put the 2-inch one, it barely goes flush to the carburetor. Barely. So if you can actually run the metal lid, but if you run the metal lid, the air is like right close to the lid. So you're not getting no air. So what you do is you run this. So this is all you're sticking past the carburetor. This one's a little bigger because it's 3-inch. But even this is barely a little bit. Let me stick it back in here. And do the same thing. Right there. So this one sits up high because it's 3-inch. If you get a 2-inch air cleaner, it drops it down to right there. And then you can run any hood you want. Or probably this. If your hood don't shut out to that, then it's not gonna shut anyway because the carburetor's hitting. Alright? Because basically all I'm doing is going past. When you do that, we're only going past this part right here. There we go. Make sure it's all in. What you guys think about that? What you got to say about that right there, boy? Shit about that, boy. I said, so that's why I'm going for that vintage look. See, it's an old 1964 Jetstar 88, like an Impala. So it's gonna have that the vintage fins, and this. It's gonna have the Holly carburetor, and a little bit of chrome, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm gonna put all billet pulleys on there. But yeah, man. I'm gonna say what's up. Playing around. I need to check rockers. Like, hey, You see, ain't nothing going on today. So I'm like, you know what, man? I'm gonna shoot the shit with people. So let's get back to the manifold. This is the manifold. So what I posted today was an air gap manifold. This is basically same principle. Manifold right here. You see this manifold right here? This is called an open plenum. So I'm gonna tell you the history on this manifold. All right? For all you guys out there, for all you boys and girls out there. So check this out. Let's do this. So you people know. All right? Now listen to this. On the air gap manifold, these right here are not machined or anything yet, not even halfway. All I did was take this manifold. What's up, Enzo? All I did was take the manifold, get the rails, make it the bracing, the distance, and my machinist machined the hole for the accept the injector. These manifolds, if you've seen these online at Speedmaster, they come halfway machined, but they're not fully machined. You got to finish the machine work. But I also do these too. So I'm going to tell you a little secret about these manifolds right here so you guys know. The air gap manifold was designed by Mondellos, and they got together with Professional Products. This manifold was, and it was based off of the 2151 Edelbrock Performer platform. This manifold was made off of the Portasonic intake. If you're in the Mondello world, we call it the Mondello PosiFlow. You mean, remember back then they had the Mondello PosiFlow? All it was Offenhauser would make the manifold and machine the Offenhauser off of it. And they would call it the PosiFlow. These bungs didn't exist. They didn't exist. They weren't there. We got together from when back then they were pro comp. We got a Portasonic intake. We ported the intake and how we shaped the force we wanted it. And we added the bungs, welded the bungs on. All right. China, they sent the manifold to China. They copied the manifold with the bungs already in there. So you don't have to weld them in. We didn't want to have to weld them in anymore. That's a pain in the ass. So there's a lot of work in that. So today, I posted manifold air gap, and that was easy. I had to machine the bungs, make the bracing, the rails, and put together. I've already installed these manifolds on cars. I already know they work. They allow you to run any fuel injection system you want. Doesn't matter. Any fuel injection you want to use, it'll let you run it. All you got to use is the Bosch injector. Design off the Bosch injector. Okay. You can. I guess you can machine it for the other style injectors. I machine it for the Bosch injector. I got the program. My machine has already wrote the program for it, and that's the one we're sticking with. Period. I'm not changing it. And then you go and pick any system you want. There's Holley, there's Fast, Phytech, any of them. The big deal is none of them make a manifold for Oldsmobile. I do. That's all I did was supply a manifold. I don't even want to sell the fuel injection. I struggle with programming the freaking fuel injection. I don't like dealing with it. But it's awesome if you know how to program it, especially port injection, because you can really tweak it. I mean, but for me, it's a pain in the ass. I can build you the baddest motor in the world. I can build you the freaking plummet, all kinds of crazy, make it look beautiful. Can't program it. It's above my head. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't do that. The guy to tell me, send me a sample, what am I going to send you? Why would I send you a sample? It doesn't make no sense. Send you a sample, hey, try the manifold. For what? You're another shop. You can do what I just did. It's not top secret. You can zoom in and see what I did, and you can pull it off yourself. It's not. I didn't do. In matter of fact, I seen you make a video. I follow you. I seen you make a video on the air gap manifold. I follow you. I'm impressed by what you do. I seen you. I seen your work. You already made a video saying that the manifold was good. All I did was convert it to fuel injection. That's it. There's nothing more than that. And like I said, I'm not sure if you guys are trying to route something, start something, get something started up with me, or exactly what. But I'm not trying to get nothing started up with you guys. I really don't care. I mean, that's why I didn't respond to the comment, because it was wasting my time. But I'll address it. I'm not gonna say your name, but as far as if I'm talking crap, I'm not. I just don't need anybody's approval. I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I'm pretty sure now, I know what I'm doing. I mean, and that's just what it is. And yeah, I make mistakes. And at the end of the day, we're all parts peddlers. We're all selling parts. I buy parts, sell them. Well, the key to me is I know what parts to put together. I buy parts, I make kits, and I sell them. I know what cam to use. I know what rockers to use. I know I've built the car, so I know how to go around all the stuff that you're going to come against, like tall valve covers, making the valve cover fit between the brake booster, freaking AC box. I know how to do all that, dude. I'm not just some guy who built the motor. I built the whole freaking car. You know what I'm saying? I ran it everything. I know how to drop the bass on that Trans Am to make it clear the hood. There's nothing you're gonna run into that I haven't ran into, that I haven't done. So I technically don't need anybody's approval for anything. You know what I mean? You're welcome to take things as you want to take them. You're welcome to buy things that you want to buy. And at the end of the day, that's your decision. You know what I mean? But I just do what I do. I'm honest. I believe in God. But I am who I am. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I do. Man, you messed with his fly. I do. Yeah, I won't be a keyboard warrior. I won't talk crap back and forth on a keyboard. You know what I mean? I'm not built that way. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just saying I'm not going to go back and forth and say all that. That's a lot to say. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing today, messing around. Now that I know how much I got to take off, so I did combine with the thick gaskets. Hopefully, guys, hopefully we get these gaskets made. I'm trying to work out a deal with the people who make gaskets. They're making me some gaskets right now. But I want to see. He told me some, so they made them a long time ago. He told me some shit about it takes a special tool, and when they don't make something for a long time, they throw the tool away. So he was supposed to get back to me. Matter of fact, he didn't call me, so I gotta check on him, see what's going on with that. But so if that works out for you guys, if I get those installed, I'll get it on the video. I'll post that you guys know what I'm doing, and I'm just having fun, man. I think it's gonna look super cool in my car. Hey, my car. I think my motor's gonna be worth more than my car, but I don't know any other way to do it. I like how it's coming out. It's coming out pretty clean. I'm not sure if you guys can see it all the way, but I might put the lower air cleaner, the lower thing, because it doesn't matter because it's gonna suck straight from the top. Doesn't matter about the side. Side is it's gonna pull air from the top. So when I drop it down that low, the motor's sitting low in the car anyway. So I think this will clear. I just think it looks kind of funky. Or I might not even use it. I might just use a chrome one, or I might fix the factory one. You know what? I can't run the factory one because it's 2-barrel, so I can't use I can't use that one no more because it's 2-barrel. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I gotta look at it. I should go get it. I should go get it because the other one has a cool look, has a cool vintage look. I'll paint it like brand new. I don't know. I met the sticker guy who makes stickers. He called me a while back and he bought an engine stand. And where did I put his freaking number at? And I can probably get me the original stickers for the air cleaner. That look tough right there. But anyway, guys, that's what I'm doing, man. I really came out here just to check that roller tip rocker. So you guys know I have 7/16 roller tip rockers that will fit on aluminum heads. They come with poly locks, but I'm gonna sell the lock nuts separately, and you can buy those. And for sure, you can run stock valve covers, and that solves all the problems for you guys. Anybody running under 550 lift cam, all said and done, dude. That'll 100% solve your problem. You guys will be golden right there. So, and we'll see about the other trick where I'm gonna try machining the rock or the poly lock down and see if it'll allow me to do it. What's up, Dominic? But at the end of the day, man, we're all blessed under God, brothers. We're all blessed under God. God's gonna give me the ability to get on here and make these videos and go live. I'm not shy or I get on here and just say whatever. Sometimes I'm a little bit nervous. Everything is live, brother. Everything is live. Nothing is rehearsed. I don't even know exactly what I'm gonna say. I know. I pull out products to show you what I'm gonna do. So I think to talk about trying to kill a bunch of birds with one stone. But I don't have like a dialect written down or a script, or I just freaking whatever comes to my mind is what I talk about. And if I say things wrong, I apologize. Or if I say something wrong, or I use a wrong word, or I say a foul language sometimes, I'm working on that, and I apologize. You know, I'm not a new Christian. I've been a Christian for years, probably since I was like early teenager. But I'm also hard-headed. I'm also I lived a crazy life, and the God has worked miracles in my life, and all this time he's still You know, you can't lose your salvation. He's always protected me all the years and took care of me. And I've always been a child of God. And I'm now looking back and realizing how God worked in my life and how He protected me. How I wasn't that slick, super slick guy and super cool guy. I was blessed by Him. That's how I got away with the stuff I got away with. And I went through stuff. I got in trouble for things and did that, but I didn't get nowhere near what I should have gotten. And I'm glad that, and we lucky that God doesn't punish us for the equal amount of deeds we do. Because if He did, I wouldn't be here right now probably. So I want to thank the Lord for being loving to me and blessing to me and blessing me with things I have, the knowledge I have, my kids, my new grandbaby, my beautiful wife. I'm blessed by that, man. You know, God's. I give it all glory to Jesus Christ, man. He got on that cross and He died for our sins, and He came and did something we couldn't do. It's impossible. We can't do it. And for that gives me hope. That gives me hope. That gives me a reason to keep on and to share with you guys how I did it and what I do and what I believe in. And if someone out there hears me and interested in what I'm saying when it comes to that kind of stuff, you ever want to talk about it, shoot me a call. You know what I mean? God is good, brother, all day. You know, you're always welcome to shoot me a call. I'll answer the question to the best of my ability. If you want to ask the Lord into your heart and you're not quite sure how to do it, call me up and we'll do it. And we'll do it over the phone. I mean, it's that simple, brother. It's that simple. Just ask, just confess your sins and ask and believe that Jesus died on that cross for our sins and He's our Lord in Christ and you're saved, brother. You just have to believe. And then my recommendation is if you do that, get into some church or a Bible study to learn more with the Lord and gain knowledge. You know what I mean? I have Bible study tonight. I have Bible study tomorrow. I have church Thursday. I get Friday off. I have church Saturday and I have church Sunday. I invest most of my time on that. The old school stuff I got Dan. I'm good on that. I'm good on the old school stuff. But yeah, man, I enjoyed making this video today. No one messed with me today. No phone calls, no nothing. So I'm happy with today, man. Everything came out good. I'm happy with what I found out. I'm gonna get the right bolts for that carburetor and that little plate, and I'll show you my tape off the carburetor. I just want to see how it looks. I have valve covers I can make work. I don't have to make these ones work. I just really want this look. To be honest with you, I'm not even a fan of the Mickey Thompson valve covers. I'm not. I actually like offen houses, but only when I seen have those, they're spending too much money for them. I'm not spending that much money on them. Offen houses do look better, but this fits for me because it says Holly on it. So I have my Holly carburetor. Matter of fact, I've never seen Mickey Thompson valve covers say Holly. The first time I ever seen them, and I bought these off some guy at the lake. He had a jet boat, and I had Guardian Marine and these ones. I've never seen Mickey Thompson valve covers say Holly ever. So that's cool, huh? And they were all messed up. I repolished them and they come out better. So that's what I'm shooting for, man. I want that vintage look. I want that look, and yeah, man, that's all I got. But anyway, guys, I just want to say, love you guys for watching my videos. I love you guys. May you guys be blessed today. Have a blessed week. You guys be safe. And remember, man, anybody out there, I wasn't talking crap, man. I was just being real. I was just being real with everybody. You know what I mean? I didn't answer the question on the Facebook thing because I wasn't sure how to say it, what to say. That didn't come off. I didn't want to come off like I'm talking crap, or I didn't want to come off like that. So that's my best explanation on it. You know what I mean? But other than day, God bless you guys. You guys have a blessed week. You guys be safe. And if you have any questions, call me. Phone number's right there. It's being blocked. It's being blocked by the air cleaner. It's 805-975-8601. That's my number. Call me anytime and ask me any question you want, and I'll give my best answer. But at the end of the day, God is good. Just in time. Someone's calling the harassment. God is good, huh? Late.